All right, that should be it. All right, hey kid, how's it going? Here is Prince Tree. I'm here to give you some advice as per usual about stuff that I think are relevant, things that I wish I knew. If you're not having a good year, hopefully you're having a good month. If you have a good week, and having a good day, and having a good day, then I hope you have at least a good small moment within that day of today. The thing I want to talk to you about is annotating, right? Taking notes, things of that nature. Why? Because I promised you I would be making these videos like once a month. You are also in the room with me. You're listening to some Peppa Pig stuff, so if you hear that in the background, I apologize. I'll try to speak up louder so you don't hear it as much, so you know we're gonna do that. And the last thing is, the only thing I wish for you is that you don't become one of the 54% of adults in America that can't read past 6th grade. All right, with that being said, right, I'm going to tell you about this book that I'm reading very, very slowly. I mean, like, it's also I'm reading like one chapter per month or every 2 months. Just, I want to say because my life is busy. That's not entirely true. It's just more so because I am so mentally capped with so many other stuff, with work, driving to work, driving back from work, taking care of you, other stuff. Girl, I can hear you. I can hear you, girl. I can hear you. Yes. Yep. Yes. I know that everyone has different theories, ideas about annotating, and what I've learned going to St. John's University and taking a history course about annotating. Annotating is not just highlighting and just underlining something, right? That's part of it. Right? There's levels to this, levels to everything. However, in my opinion, I think the first level is a bookmark, right? Some sort of bookmark, be like, hey, indicating where you left off in your reading, right? I think the second level is highlighting and underlining whatever the thing that you're reading, right? The thing that makes you curious, makes you like, oh, I never thought about that. What's that word mean? The third level, in my opinion at least, is the final one, and that's when you write down and annotate and like write down like what you were thinking when you read that thing, right? So for example, all right, so here again, this is not very far in the book because your dad is slow into reading. I promise you I will finish this book. This is my second time reading this book. Anyways, so for example, I'm gonna go to this, right? I picked the different colors because, can I do my video please? Can I do my video please? Okay then. All right, so what I was saying was that honestly the different colors of these stickers doesn't mean anything for me. It's just my pattern, just pink, green, yellow over and over again. Right, at least I think. I don't know, maybe there is meaning to it, right? But what I did do is that, like, for whenever I underlined something, oh shoot, that fell out. Whenever I underlined something or I had a note for someplace, I left it there, right? And I wrote down what I was thinking at that moment. I don't like these stickies. It's the only one that I had available. I need to get like regular sticky notes. And honestly, I put them up this way because, at least for me, they stick out, right? They stand out. Some people like to put on the sides. That's fine. It's whatever you want. If you want to put at the bottom, that's fine too. For me, I find it easier for me to write it down as to whatever I'm thinking about. Annotating is not just underlining or highlighting just one simple text or one simple word, right? That's not just the only thing of what it is. Like, okay, so for example, here I have another word that's underlined, right? A word I've never seen before, or maybe I've heard of it, but I don't know what it means. Garrulously, right? So I didn't know what garrulously means, so I looked it up and I wrote down what it means: to talk a lot, right? Talking a lot. So theoretically speaking, this video, I'm doing garrulously. Ooh, see, right? But that's what annotating is supposed to do. It's supposed to be what you think as you write as you read. Okay, and then when you go back and read it again, you get to learn or like relearn what you were thinking about before, right? So like here on page 4, I wrote down that paragraph 1, basically the theme of what I think is that people want to be seen, and I still believe in that. Honestly, I still think that is true. Now, I think this book published was in the 1950s, I think. Another thing that I have underlined here is a wino, right? It says wino lady, and I don't know what a wino was, so I looked it up. And a wino is a homeless person. Usually they're drunk. So that's what annotating is. That's what anything's supposed to be. Where are you, kid? I'm still being a good father. You're still alive. That's what annotating, at least to me, is supposed to be. It's supposed to be you reading something, and then when you're struggling or not understanding whatever that thing is, and you're like, oh, I don't know what that word is, you underline it, you look it up, you make a note about it, right? Just underlining, just bookmarking, just highlighting is not enough for me, because one day you're gonna get older and you're gonna forget things. But if you leave a note for yourself, you're like, oh wait, I remember that. That was the thing I was trying to do. And the thing is, you can annotate in many areas, many different things. You know what? Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Annotating in another aspect, not just reading. All right, kids. So this is the thing I want to tell you about, talk to you about, like annotation in another format, right? So I told you about annotation in reading, and I'll talk about annotation for video editing, right? So as you can see, all these orange things here, these were. Let me first tell you about the project, right? So this was a AMV, an anime music video that I made using a song from my friend Iniko called Jericho. It was Jericho. It was the Silo cinematic remix, and I wanted to make it just because I like Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Iniko's music. Let me just do it together. While I was working on this project, I worked on this project for about 2 months, like putting it all together. I was proud of it. I was really proud of how it came out. Unfortunately, YouTube took it down for copyright reasons, so I understand. So it's, you know, it only exists in my computer. So as you can see here, first things first, I have all these orange markers, right? Think of them as like my sticker, right? As my sticky note while I'm reading a book, right? So as I'm listening to the music, I'm thinking to myself like, hey, what am I looking for? What comes to my mind visually as I'm listening to the songs, right? So I'm making marks to remind myself when I go back, like, hey, there's something you want to do here, right? So some things are very clear cut to me, right? If it's just a beat, right, I leave no mark, right? But here I typed in something. I wrote in group intro question mark. Am I thinking about do group intro over here? Maybe. Okay. What else? Drums number 4 is like, hey, the drums come back in. Here I wrote to myself, listen to drums, or listen to the beat of the drums. Release sound visual. Here I made a note, future, past, and present. Right, so those are all things that I was thinking about as I was doing this. Here I wrote down background angel sounds. Right, these are all different notes. What did I write down over here? Stratosphere, literal fire. Did I spell literal correct? Did I spell it correctly? Maybe, I don't know. Spacey, airy vibes. What else? What do I have over here? Oh, here I wrote down drums to bring it down. These are all the notes that I have for myself to the things that I was trying to you know, spacey fight, question mark, right? So even no matter what work you do in life, you need to be annotating, right? Unless in the future, someplace, somehow, you can like somehow memorize every single thing that you do all the time. I doubt it. Annotation helps you to think, rethink, helps you rewire your brain, makes you know, more crinkle. We want more crinkles in the brain, not more smooth, all right? We want big crinkles, not big smooth. But that's it. That's what I gotta tell you, kid. Dear child, I love you. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to add? There you go.